Hey everybody, welcome back to my studio. I'm Kim Balthazar, and here is my latest episode of Creative Compass, where I keep myself accountable for what I accomplished last week and what I have scheduled for this week. So thanks for being here, and let's get started. So I just got back from a road trip that should have taken me about 2 hours, but instead took me close to 3. It is the unpredictable weather of northeastern Pennsylvania, and the roads were pretty gross. So they were snowy, and I finally made it home a little bit later than I had anticipated, but I still wanted to record this because that is my goal for 2025, to do these weekly, and here I am. So what I thought I would start doing is a weekly affirmation to kind of get myself into the mindset of how I'm going to conquer the next week. And I got myself a nice little set of affirmation cards, and here is this week's affirmation. Everything you need to get it done is already inside of you. Yeah, and I think that's true. And that's what today's little talk before I get into what my goals and accomplishments are is, how do we go about getting through the week and getting through what we need to do when we don't always trust that we can do it. So I have a couple tips for us because I was thinking this as I'm sitting in the car. And I think the first thing we need to do is just trust the process. And I know that's very cliche. A lot of us artists say it, especially abstract artists, but we can translate that not only into our art, but into life too, because we tend to overthink. Am I right? I mean, even the artists that really go at it intuition based and don't really, give it much thought. There has to be a moment as you're creating these paintings where you start to, your brain starts to get involved. And that's where we kind of we kind of get a little stuck because we're always waiting for the perfect idea, the best materials, the mood that strikes us to paint. But we already have what we need. We have the skills, we have the intuition, we have the creativity. All we have to do is start. Get up off the couch. I know there are nights I am so not motivated to come in here and slap some paint around. But I've been really trying hard to just even if it's for 5-10 minutes, even if it's just picking out paints because tomorrow I want to do a nice session. So I'll have everything ready to go. That is better than feeling guilty because you sat around all night. So just keep that in mind. Just start. My second tip I think I would like to give to you is that progress trumps perfection every time. It's how often do we hold ourselves back? We feel unready. We want it to be perfect. But here's the thing. We don't need to have it all figured out. We just need to take the next step. The messy layers that you slap down on your painting in the very beginning, it's not the final product. It's not the final painting. We don't have to have it be perfect. We don't even have to have the end be perfect. As long as you let that creativity go and unleash it onto this canvas or this panel or this piece of paper, whatever you are painting on or being creative on, you just have to get it going. All these steps are necessary. And, that comes up in life too. We just have to show up. We just have to do it. We just have to trust the process. That's right. I'm going to throw that cliche in one more time. We just have to trust it. And the third thing, you are enough. I am enough. You are enough. This is your reminder that you have everything already inside you to make it through this week, to make it through anything that comes in your path, as hard as it may be, as stressful as it may be. It is there. It is inside you. You're strong enough. You can do it. Okay, so that said, let me know in the comments if you have been overthinking lately. I can tell you I have. You know, I'm always overthinking. But I'm curious to see, do you guys do it too? And if so, how do you combat it? Okay, with that said, let's take a look back at last week. Let's see what we did. I got my trusty little journal here where I write down goals, accomplishments, what I did the week before, what I want to do the week ahead. And yeah, so last week in review, my goals were the big commission that I'm working on, if you guys have been following along, is finished. Yeah, I finished it. My goals last week were to make collage words because the client wanted some certain words collaged in the painting. So I made those, check. Check in with the client to make sure I was on the right track. Also check. They loved the progress where I was going. And at that point, it was basically completed because all of the elements that they were looking for, I did it. They were there. So finished that up the other day. Now we just have to let it dry for a couple weeks and then I can ship it out. And yeah, I am so excited. I can't wait to show you guys this commission. I'm very proud of it and I can't wait to see it in this new space. So that I did. Let's see. Another goal I had last week was to get more paintings up on my new website. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's www.kimbalthazar.com. Still a work in progress. I haven't really made a big announcement yet about it, but you know, I just want to get these paintings up. So we're making progress on that. That's coming around. And then my final thing was there's an art scholarship that's like regional in this area. I mean, you guys know that's what regional means. But I entered that and hopefully this will be the year for me. So we'll see. I will keep you posted. And that is what I accomplished last week. So I did pretty good. I got through all of my goals. So yay me, yay me. All right, let's see. This week, oh, and I made it through dry January. Yes. Of course, it was my sister's birthday this weekend, so we went out to dinner yesterday, but it was February 1st, and I had a couple glasses of wine. So still proud of my accomplishment to make it all the way through. So this week I'm going to take it easy a little bit. I have been working really hard in the studio. My goals are to order some mats and frames. I have a couple, I have a bunch of littles that have just been, ready to get photographed, to get matted. Some of them are going in frames, some of them won't. So I have those, I got to get those ordered. The next thing I want to do is keep adding my paintings to the website. I'm not going to put the pressure on that they all have to be up this week, but my goal is to get it pretty close to where all of my paintings are moved over from my old site to the new site. Plus I have a bunch of new ones that never made it onto my old site, so that is coming. And then my last thing I think I want to do is I have two 36 by 36 paintings in the process. There's probably, I don't know, between 7 and 10 layers already down on each one. I want to work on those. So if I don't get to those, I'm going to give myself a little grace. It's okay. We're still in the studio. We're still being creative. This is more like a maintenance kind of week. This isn't, like I'm going to paint every night kind of week. But who knows? That might happen. And then how I'll make this week great or fun. I am going out to dinner tomorrow night with one of my best clients. They bought, numerous paintings. They've gifted some of my paintings to some of their friends. Big supporters. I love them to death. And we're going to go out to dinner and celebrate, the great start of the year that I've had as far as my art goes. So that will be fun. It's great just to, have clients that become family. And that's what I consider these guys. So that's what we're going to be working on. So it's getting late. I'm going to let you guys go. And if you have watched all the way through, thank you for being on this journey with me and for listening to me ramble for the last 15 minutes. And I hope you all have a very creative and stress-free week. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. Good night.